Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversations. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
Hello, hello, hello. I have a question for you. Have you ever felt completely lost? You know, seeking purposeful direction that could and should propel your mission within your divine journey to that next level, but still it hasn't happened. Well, my name is Loren Harris, and I'm the founder of P3, the Journey Series. People come to me because they're wounded. Many are scared, and even there are those who are bruised simply because they feel that they are increasingly, for whatever reason, losing their ability to dream. Now, this P3 program is not for a person who's just looking to start a business, no, but rather for those of you out there who have been on your journey and you've been navigating within your divine purpose, but you still desire to elevate to that level that you have not reached yet. If this is appealing, if this describes you, then I want to have a chat with you. I want to hear your story. So use the link below to get registered for your free seat at P3, the Journey Series. And let's get started, one story at a time. I'll see you inside. Click the link.
Don't see what's yours for the taking tonight.
Oh my Lord, I'm sitting up here going, oh my God, I'm turning into my grandmother because I used to tease her about, Granny, how come you have on so many clothes? I'm cold, baby. turn on that foot heater. My feet is cold. That's what she would sound like. And then I was so busy trying to bundle up, I forgot to turn my camera on. Welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. I'm Dr. Loren. I'm here, and I am toasty warm today. Got on the road from season 5. Haven't worn it in a minute. I'm really excited about today's show. It is the monthly experts show. Meet the experts. And today, come on in, y'all. 91, keep going. We're trying to break our record from a week ago today. We do that every day. And the record last Wednesday, a week ago, was 1,556 of you. Can we beat it? I think we can. All you have to do is bless someone. How, pray tell, do you do that? Easy peasy. What you have to do is share it. Where is it? There. I'm going to put it up on the screen. Share this broadcast out with one other person. That's all we ever have to do. Touch one and you touch many. Think about that, won't you? It is a day of gratitude, a week from tomorrow, as here in the United States, that is. I sometimes forget. Thanksgiving, where people sit around, families gather, and it's all about, or should be, supposedly, about gratitude. And so that's what we're going to talk with our experts about today. Before we get them in here, I want to get this out of the way. We have a new sponsor. Okay, I practiced this. Wait. Where do I point? There. That. Green. It's like rubbing your head and patting your stomach. Not so easy. That green QR code, it's actually a flow code. Get over and we'll get your instrument out, your device, something that you can scan that with. And I want you to go over to Genovia Renee. They're our new sponsor. We got a lot of new sponsors because it's holiday time. They have a Black Friday special. And most of my sponsors are people that I actually use their products or services. And this one is no different. I have been using Genovia Renee products for a little over 8 months now. I met them when I was in New York City for the Black Professionals event back in the spring. And the mom, it's a mother-daughter duo, walked up and just threw a whole bunch of samples in my bag. And who doesn't like free shit? Oops, sorry, Andrea's here. Stuff. Okay, I'm on my P's and Q's. Shine Crew is in the house. They don't play, right? So anyway, listen, they have a Blessed Friday. They don't believe in that Black Friday. That is kind of dark, right? They want you to go over. There it is. It's running right there. You get a discount when you check out. Scan that code. I use 2 of their products right now and have been using the same 2 for, like I said, a little over 8 months. And really quickly, just takes a second. There's one of them. It is a coconut butter. And I don't want to brag or anything, but all of this is 62, all of 62. And it ain't just because black don't crack. It has a lot to do with all of the natural ingredients in the jojoba oil and whatnot. There are other things, but jojoba oil were the only 2 words I could pronounce. So, and they're natural things, but there are herbs and things in there, right? So, and there's also this. I use this at night. This is an oil that goes on like a serum. You know those serums when I was buying it from the other stores where my husband goes, Sephora and all that stuff, $80 for that little thing. And then I knocked it over one day and all of it running out. I was sopping it up. That's a word you haven't heard in a while, sopping. Give me some gravy and a biscuit and let me sop it up. Right. So anyway, great products, great people, mother-daughter team out of New York City. Head over and check it out. We're going to drop that discount code in your comment section. So today we're talking about gratitude, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for a lot of things, but I'm grateful that you all know how to pray. Real quick before we get them in here, 605, keep going. My mother-in-law went to the hospital this morning. We just got the text a few minutes ago, and this woman, she's had diabetes since she was 14. She's in her mid-70s, and she's on dialysis. Today was a dialysis day, and she is one trooper. She's only like 101 pounds, and that's like with all her clothes on. But we're praying for her today. Hannah, Lohana is her name. Isn't that a beautiful name? We call her Mom. Send some prayers of healing for her, won't you, please? And without further ado, we're going to get we have a new person here today who's never been here. I'm going to get him in here. Here come 4 wonderful people who want to talk to you and hear you talk to them about gratitude. Put your hearts on the screen. Here come the experts. Well, good morning. Oh, okay. Andrea, okay, those glasses are cute, but they are borderlining on creepy. I'm just kidding. What in the world were those? Flowers? Right, Don.
Yes.
Girl. Corey, turn your phone in the other direction. Yeah, so we can see. Oh, I love your set. I always love your set. And we can't get all that mustache in if you don't turn it that way. And Emily Nader, looking just as cute as always. How are you? And our brand new person here for the first time. And thank you for coming in, Don. I think you're in Wisconsin.
I am in Wisconsin.
Yes.
Do you like my set, my Midwestern hotel set that I've created?
Been there, done it. Yes. What part of Wisconsin?
I'm in Madison, Wisconsin right now.
Madison. Okay. All right. Well, that's one of the bigger cities.
And I got to say it. I love it here. I came in yesterday. I gave my keynote today. I'm out tomorrow. But while I was here, I went to a cute little pub down the corner, and I met some locals.
I heard all about it.
And we had a little cocktail and a little bit of dinner, and they invited me like I'd been their family. I love the Midwest. So many wonderful people here.
Midwest is sweet.
Yes.
Corey's ADHD. Between he and I just don't know. Well, I'm glad you all are here. I gave you guys heads up about the topic today. So I have a little game we're going to play today. But first, I want you each to I'm going to go around. It's a nice intimate group today. So we have a little bit of time. What we're going to do is after we introduce everybody and you have a chance to speak and pour into the audience and create your own vibe with them, I have some quotes, some gratitude quotes that kind of jumped out at the team and I, and we chose 4 of them, and we're going to pop them up throughout the broadcast and then get your input on how that particular gratitude quote makes you feel. And this is a game. This is an immersive experience for all of you out there too. So come on and get some, okay? 1185, 1556 we're going for. Come on, y'all. We can do it. Let me get my camera ready because I got to catch that photo every day. So let's start with Andrea, Chief Shine Officer. I know one thing you're grateful for, your Shine crew, and you just had like a little reunion kind of thing. I think last week when Dr. Lynn was there. So say hello to everybody, Andrea. Say hello. Say good morning.
Hey, good morning. My name is Andrea Harrison. I am the Chief Shine Officer and Show Up Strategist. I help women to identify their worth so they can stop hiding, come out of the shadows, show up, and shine with confidence. I'm happy to be here. I'm always happy to hang out with Dr. Loren. He is one of the people that I am grateful for. Hello, Shine Crew.
Okay, girl, you're going to have to use your inside voice. I'm just playing. I love Andrea because look, they ought to, you know what? If I could get rid of coffee and just put you up like on the screen in the kitchen, I wouldn't need coffee to wake me up because you definitely do it. And before we get out of here today, you guys make sure you get the connection. We're going to show you where you can go every day. Andrea's show is 5 days a week and it's right after mine. So you don't have to miss either one of us. You can get a double dip, so to speak. Andrea, thank you. So blessed to have you here today. And then we have to Andrea's left, my right, my right sitting here, Mr. Corey Castle, world famous professional wrestler and just a great guy. Does a lot of healing in the world. Corey, how you been? What's going on, man?
Dude, I'm incredible, man. I'm happiest I've ever been. I have so much blessings. Every day is blessed. Blessed Monday, blessed Tuesday, blessed Wednesday, blessed Thursday. You said blessed Friday instead of Black Friday. That's
I know that's right.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I feel so grateful, so blessed all the time.
You look really happy, Corey.
Thank you.
Well, I know you're engaged. Does that have anything to do with it?
That has a lot to do with it. Yeah, it has a heck of a lot to do with it. I mean,
how is she, by the way?
Oh, so good, so good. We just picked a venue. We picked a date. We have so much joy and love. We're doing a Friendsgiving this Friday with a lot of our close friends and loved ones.
Yeah.
So we're
gonna talk about that.
It's so good. It's so good.
Thank you. Well, I'm happy for you. I'm blessed that you're here. And then we're gonna go downstairs to Don. How you doing, Don? Unmute yourself. I know you're in the.
Here I am.
Go ahead. Say hello to everybody. Tell them what's on your mind today.
Hello, everyone. I'm Don Mamoni. My pronouns are they, them. I'm a professional speaker and identity coach. And are you ready for it? Newly minted author. This book dropped
I knew that shameless
ago.
plug was coming. I knew it.
And
Oh.
I am so genuinely excited to usher that forth into the world, to help people understand that they don't have to choose conformity. They get to choose authenticity and be exactly who they are everywhere they go, no matter who they're with.
Hold the book up one more time.
Shameless plug is right. Different doesn't mean broken. It's available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. It's an ebook, a hardcover, a paperback, and any minute now I'll have my audiobook approved by ACX, and you can listen to my beautiful voice tell the story of how you get to be exactly who you are everywhere you go, no matter who you're with.
Ooh, and if it doesn't get approved, let me know. I got the hookup.
Okay, good. Because
Seriously.
I did the sound engineer thing because I was like, you know what? I don't have time for this. Like you should have seen. It was like I was buying
It's
a house.
hard.
And I started looking through the regulations, and I thought, no, we're gonna just pay somebody to do this professionally. And it was hard work. I don't know if any of y'all
It is hard
have
work.
done it, like reading a 200-page book and doing so in a very natural cadence. But I had somebody look at me and they made me cry because I said, I don't know, maybe I'll have a voice actor do it. They said, this is your story, you tell it. And I went, you're right.
That's the wonderful thing about it. And I really recommend that to any of you out there, even if you're past, if you have a nonfiction work, you really should consider getting the audio version. I am an audio person. When someone tells me they have a book or they recommend a book, my first question is not what's it about. My first question is it on Audible? Because I'm not, I go to sleep. It's worse. It's better than Sominex. Do they still make that? You know, seriously, I fall asleep, book on the floor, or I slobbered all on it or something, you know. But my husband devours books, just one after the other, and highlights all of them. Not me. Emily, sitting there all quiet and just cute. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm good.
You need to take some of that makeup off. That's ridiculous.
Not wearing any makeup. Thank you.
I know. That's what I meant, you silly. How are you?
I'm doing well. I took my test that I mentioned last time. And so now I'm just moving forward in my business. So I'm really excited. I do holistic health. Woo.
Yes, she does, in a big way. And before we get out of here today, I want to find out about that whiteboard back there with all those arrows and stuff. That one. Yes, we're going to talk about that. So we're going to just start. And I know we have a plethora of things that we're grateful for. And that includes, 43 comments. Y'all are talking up a storm in here. Oh, I'm just going to flick through. Look at all you beautiful people. Andrea, what you doing writing in there? You're in here. Tony, good morning, Miss Tony. How are you? Shine Crew in the house. Everybody's here. Tara Freeman. These are all Shine Crew. They're like a girl gang or a girl group, a choir. That's what they are. We're gonna get to the rest of you. I don't want to put them all up there. We're gonna start with Emily. Emily, what is the number one thing from 2024? If you had to only pick one that you are most grateful for?
I would say,
What is it?
That was an expression. 2024 has been a very interesting time for me. Lots of different defining moments that so seemingly feel like a crash and burn, but you know, ultimately after those slaps to the face, you usually get some pretty good insight and you learn a lot from getting knocked down. So if I had to say one thing from 2024, I'd say leaning more into like realizing the people around me that I'm close with, that I can lean into for support, emotionally, mostly emotionally, but like also just to be with people and feel supported.
Nice. Okay, so really quick, does your family celebrate Thanksgiving?
Yes.
And what is your favorite Thanksgiving tradition? The thing you look forward to the most? And it could actually be an edible dish.
I was gonna say the first thing that comes to mind is probably dessert. So
okay.
I'd say like my mom, when she makes homemade pumpkin pie, that is like the hit of the night. But I also started making a pumpkin roll. It's like basically a pumpkin cake with like cream cheese frosting.
Oh,
and
yeah.
That has become like a new favorite dessert. So now I have to make that every year.
How you gonna be holistic and make a pumpkin roll? I'm just playing.
It's called Food for the Soul.
Food for I heard that. Go, oh, well then I got enough for 80 souls. Because I'm telling you what, I tear it up. I do all the cooking on and that's another thing. I hope we go to my in-laws' house because they have like the Viking stoves and all that stuff. And I feel like I'm on a TV cooking show when I'm there. So I take everything there and do it there. So I'm really excited. Thank you for that. Is it possible to get the pumpkin roll recipe?
Yeah. I can
Okay. Y'all heard her, right? So I want that. Thank you for sharing that.
I make it gluten-free.
Oh, never mind. You can keep it.
You can't tell. You can't tell. People are like,
you should lead what you can't tell. You had to throw that in. We were doing just fine until. Okay, all right. Well, I'm just kidding. Well, I'm like my grandma and them. They're like, ain't nobody had no gluten nothing when we was growing up. We just fine. You know, right? It's just how they make money, right? Emily, thank you so much. And where will you be this year for Thanksgiving?
I'm home where I am in California, Southern California, just around.
Okay, so your family's
Los
there.
Angeles.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. We're gonna go to Miss Andrea. Miss Andrea, I'm trying to get you over there. There you are. Welcome. Tell everybody. Same process. Everybody, just go in there and do it.
So one of the things that I guess I came here prepared to say that I'm so proud of my growth this year. I'm so proud of the community that we built with the Shine Crew. I'm really, really proud of just the way that God has kind of transformed my life through what he's called me to do. That was what I came prepared to do. But when you said, what is the thing in 2024 that you are most grateful for? I just had to say that I'm grateful that God healed my mother of cancer.
Amen.
Yes, that tops the cake.
Do.
Last year we got a call from the doctor, and I had to do something that I never thought in my life that I would have to do. It was the hardest thing to do, Dr. Loren, and that was to sit my mother down, my 82-year-old mother down, and tell her that she was diagnosed with breast cancer. And we cried together as a family. We faced it as a family. We chose joy moving forward, and we chose to move forward in faith. And
that's right.
We asked God to walk with us. And we were very careful on who we talked to and what we posted, because we wanted to maintain focused on her healing journey. And I'm so grateful that she's still here to tell the story. I was taking pictures of her. She has these beautiful curls in the back of her head now, and she wants them transplanted to the front, but that's just not the point.
Girl, you just be doing too much. And I can say that because I talked to your mom when we were on a call last time, remember? Yeah.
Yes. And the reason why I bring that up is because chemo took her hair.
Yeah.
And that was really hard to watch. You know, she would walk over to me every day and she would go, look, Andrea, look.
Yeah.
And I said, don't worry, mommy. I said, it's coming back. It's coming back. I said, it might come back blonde. You might have this big afro. Right. But I'm so grateful. She has her hair has come back. Her joy, well, that really never left, but she's even more joyful now. I'm so grateful because my mother sacrificed everything for me. And so she is a part of the Shine Crew. I don't know if you saw her on our meeting. Did. She had her shirt on.
I saw your daughter. She had her shirt on. Everybody has one of those shirts. Hold on, I put mine on. Oh, wait. I can't put one on because I don't have one.
You don't have one yet. You don't have one yet, Dr. Loren. But
Christmas is coming. Hint,
yes,
hint.
It is.
Well, Andrea, thank you for that. Thank you for that. And we're going to move over to Mr. Corey. Mr. Corey Castle, you're up.
Yes. Hello. So the thing I'm most grateful for, I was gonna say one thing, but now I just want to mention another thing right quick. You mentioned the word sopping, and I think I'm the most grateful in 2024 for hearing that word on this day. Because
Oh,
my grandmother used to say that all the time. She would
I
say,
know that's an old school word for real.
she'd be like, "Don't be coming in the house all sopping, wringing wet, and walking through the house."
Sopping
Like,
wet,
you
yes.
all sopping, wringing wet. And that was like a thing. Like, anytime I'd ever tell that story to anybody, they wouldn't be able to relate because they didn't know that word. So thanks for
See,
reminding me of that.
grannies rule.
Yes, yes.
Grandmamas, I'm telling you. So, and I'm sure one of your big highlights of what's your biggest highlight of the year? I'm not going to put. I thought I had a big water jug. Good Lord.
So it's a strange thing. It's strange to say that I'm so grateful for this, but like in the grand scheme, I'm so grateful for. It was about a month ago. Some kid just crashed into me on 95, and he was going like 90 miles an hour, ruined my car.
Oh no.
I'm grateful that I was by myself. I'm grateful that I was absolutely fine. I'm grateful that I walked away from that. I'm
Amen.
grateful. So like I have a whole like new lease on life right now.
I know that's right.
It kind of sucks because I don't have a car right now. But I mean, like,
But
I'm
You
alive.
got, yes, you do. It's called feet.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And I get to have I still get to have this inspired thought that I'm so grateful for, and like continue to move forward in like productive ideas and things that I want to use to like kind of like change my world and change the worlds of the people around me, and like change people who are watching me's idea of what they're limited by and how they can kind of break out of that.
Beautiful. Well, and where will you be spending your Thanksgiving this year, Corey?
I'll be at my mom's house. My
I
mom's
know
house.
that's right. What's your favorite holiday food there? Is there a tradition?
Now this is
you look like you can eat up everything.
This might bug you, but this recently happened within the last 5-6 years or something. My brother and my sister are both allergic to gluten, so my sister
send them over to Emily's house.
My sister makes a gluten-free stuffing that I'm addicted to.
Really?
Yes, so good. You can't tell it's gluten-free, but it's stuffing's my favorite Thanksgiving food.
I know that meat stuffing. I just got to say, it took me 3 years after I got married, because I'm a biracial relationship, to get my husband's family to quit saying stuffing. And they were like, "Ooh, and this stuff, I don't make stuffing. Excuse me, that's dressing." Now they're like, "Are you gonna make some dressing?" I'm like, "Yeah, come on over, y'all. Come on over. It's a long way to the big house, right?" Oh my God. So, Corey, thank you, and I'm hoping you have the best Thanksgiving ever. It's your last one as a single man. You're gonna start your own traditions here in a minute. And then, Mr. Don, come on over. And I'm very excited to hear this, because I know your wife and your little girl. You guys probably have some great traditions.
Yep. So I'll start with what I'm grateful for, and I don't follow the rules. I'm a rule breaker. You said we can only pick one thing. So I'm going to bend the rules and tell you that the one thing I'm grateful for this year is people, because I can't possibly pick one person, and nor am I going to. But I have to tell you that this year has been an incredibly transformative year for me. I decided at the early part of this year that this was the year of the book. I was in a mastermind last year at the end of the year, and I said, I'm going to finish this book. I had written like 20,000 words and was living out on the Google Drive and just sitting there, and I was very proud of it, but I didn't know what to do with it. And so the first person I'm incredibly grateful for was the editor, publisher, and coach that I hired to make sure that this idea came. It actually made it. Yeah, it actually. And I stopped saying I gave birth to a book because it felt like labor, because every woman on the planet would immediately correct me, I'm sure, and say, "Oh, it's sweet you think that, but that's nothing like giving birth to a baby." So I'm very grateful for her. I'm also very grateful for my wife and daughter that you already mentioned. I am a very different writer and author because I was able to create this book. And I told Emily that it was inconceivable to me that I would take 200 pages of my thoughts and feelings and emotions and stories and put them all into one book. And now it's inconceivable that I won't do it again. And that's the change for me. And so like now this is book one of, I don't even know how many, but it was so wonderful. And my daughter, so when we got the proof copies of my book, my daughter literally could not stop saying how proud she was of me.
Aww.
And at 8.5, me seeing her see me was transformative. And I know that we put a little bit of core memory and imprint on her about accomplishing something and doing things. So, and lastly, I'm going to make a Snoop Dogg moment out of this as a white non-binary human. I'm going to go Snoop Dogg and say, I'm grateful for me. I'd like to thank me, because I feel like one of the struggles I had as a younger person was that there was no representation for me. I couldn't see me. I couldn't find me. I looked everywhere for somebody to confide in, and that just didn't exist. And so if by writing this book, I can be a representation for somebody to be like, oh, there they are. Okay, cool. Now I know everything's going to be okay. I'm going to thank me. Thanksgiving happens at my house. Y'all are going to be so happy about this. It's not gluten-free yet. We could probably make it gluten-free.
I almost hit the bell and you stopped me.
No, in Italian households, we make pepperoni. Now I'm going to do this for you, stuffing, which I'm now going to call pepperoni dressing.
There you go.
But it's really quite amazing. You take all the vegetables, but instead of putting in any other kind of meat, you cube up pepperoni and you saute that, and then you put it with the bread and then you bake it. I have had people be like, pepperoni stuffing?
I bet it's good.
It tastes like Thanksgiving
Andrea?
pizza. It tastes like Thanksgiving pizza. And if you don't like pizza, then we can't be friends. So, but I'll tell you, I'll see if I can get the recipe as well. I don't have it. My wife.
We're having homemade pizza tonight.
It is. I love me some pizza, and that's the only way to eat it in my world. Yes, but I will be very, very grateful to have my wife and daughter and my in-laws and two new neighbors from around the corner. We had these two beautiful women that moved in that are married and wonderful, and they moved from China. And they mentioned in front of my 8.5-year-old daughter, Dr. Loren, that they'd never celebrated Thanksgiving before, but they were excited to hear about it. Looking at us, goes, you have to come here. You have to come to our Thanksgiving. And they looked at us and were like, you absolutely have to come. So we're going to have two brand new. We'll be very gentle with them because they've never done it before.
I think that's awesome.
It's amazing. We're so fortunate.
Amazing. Awesome. Thank you. Shine Crew friends and everyone else. Walter Scott Keithling, I saw you in the house. You and your wife Nancy, good friends of mine. They were in the Next Impactor, our competition back in 19. We're in the top of that. And Scott's what do you call it? Special effects guy. Worked with Will Smith, a lot of movies all over. Great guy. Good to see you here. And they do adventure retreats, by the way. Shout out to Scott and Nancy Keesley.
Dr. Loren, I got a bone to pick with you.
Just one?
Just one.
Okay.
Today. Just one today.
I know.
You didn't ask me where I was going to eat Thanksgiving dinner.
You had your chance. Yeah, it ain't what you put in the time. It's how much of the time. So that's what it is. So what do you, well, go ahead. It better be good too. And if you make me hungry, we're going to fight.
Well, Gordon, my husband, is an amazing chef. And so he normally he cooks everything. So we have this thing he calls hurricane pork. And so it's I
said the same thing.
That is like the best part of the meal. We do Jamaican rice and peas, baked macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, I got that.
I mean, all of the goodness. But actually,
we're in a fight.
Listen,
we're in a fight because you said if you get hungry, I am officially hungry.
I'm not yet. Keep going.
But this year, he's still gonna cook, but we're going to my sister-in-law's house, his sister, and because they have family coming from England, and so we're gonna go over there. And guess what is really, really special, and what I'm really grateful for on Thanksgiving Day. This Thanksgiving Day is Madison's 18th birthday. My daughter's 18th birthday.
Oh, great. Well, congratulations, Miss Madison. We love that. Okay, so hurricane, what is it?
Hurricane pork.
Pork. Okay, I need that recipe too, just to try. But I'm not kidding. I want that pepperoni thing for real.
I will find that recipe. And I just got to say, Andrea, you buried the lead there. You said that Madison is turning 18, but you didn't say that she's in the top 20 of her class of 300.
Oh, yeah, I saw that
yesterday. I just saw online.
Did you see that?
Out of 311.
I mean, out of 300 people, she's top 20. Like, hey, that is on her and on you and your husband. Like, wonderful. Congratulations.
Mr. Gordon. Yes, congratulations, Madison. That's something to be thankful for, grateful for. So we're going to do this. Don't worry, you guys out there. I'm going to get to your comments and keep sharing it out. Keep sharing it out. We're inching up. We're at 1,214. Let's keep going. Now, I'm going to pop this on the screen, hopefully. Okay, here's one. Albert Schweitzer says, at times, our own light goes out and is rekindled by a spark from another person. Each of us has cause to think with deep gratitude of those who have lighted the flame within us. My favorite part of that is deep gratitude of those who have lighted the flame within us. So, quickly, we're going to go around, take about 1 minute each, if you could. We have 4 more of these to get through. And I'll be in on this, all 5 of us. The one person who has done something that you'll never forget, because this is a great time to understand that everything you do should have a purpose. You never know what you're doing when you're doing it. So let's start with Emily. Who do you go to when you think of that one person that lit a flame within you? And you're muted. You're muted. Okay, there she's like, I know he ain't talking to me.
I heard you. I heard you the second or third time. Okay. So I guess the first thing that I thought of, which kind of surprised me, was my primary care physician back in 2015 when he told me that I had depression. And I had no idea until he said that word. And then once I looked up what that meant, I was like, everything makes sense. Wow. And then from that point on, I was aware of how I was feeling, what was contributing to it, how I could feel better. And I put myself on an upward spiral. So I felt like, even though that was a really dark point in my life, and it's not like I mean, we're all people, we still go through grief and experience low emotions at some points in our life, depending on what's going on. So it's not like I don't ever experience that again, but I feel like that was the first time I was told and was able to arm myself with tools to know that I can pull myself out.
Amen. Man, everybody needs a primary care physician like that. I'm just shocked that you had to look up depression. That says a lot. I remember when I looked in the mirror and it was like, hi, I'm depression. Looking at it, I was like, good job. And today, how do you feel about that? What did it bring you to as far as the you that we see today? How did it help?
I think that was the first part of my journey where I really started learning more about myself and what makes me happy and how I can what tools I can lean on, like guided meditations and friends. I mean, at that point, there were a lot more distractions than I would allow myself now because I understand the importance of feeling through it. So I allow myself to experience my emotions more now. But as I go through, I just feel like it's brought me those tools.
Wonderful. Beautiful. Andrea, who's the person, if you went to one, that lit a flame in you?
So before I say that, I just want to say to Emily, thank you for sharing that. That's very transparent, very vulnerable. And I'm sure that there's somebody in the comments that you helped. And kudos to you for doing the work. Your practitioner, your doctor brought it to the surface, but kudos to you for doing the work. I'm proud of you for that. If no one's told you that they're proud of you, I'm proud of you.
Amen.
Keep shining, Emily. I have to say there's been plenty of people in my life that have lit a fire under me at different stages in my life. But I have to give this person props, because it's what started everything that I'm doing right now. There's a young lady, her name is Mariana Gordon. And I met her about, it was a year and 5 months ago at an event. And we knew each other through the industry that we're in. And she walked up to me and she just started talking to me and just saying all these things that really resonated with my heart. And at that time, I wouldn't say I was clinically depressed, but I feel like I was functioning, but depressed. I was not in a good place. As much as I choose joy and try to, walk every day out with joy, I felt isolated. I felt lonely. I felt like, what am I doing with my life? And she said a lot of things to me. And one of the things that really stuck, she said, your heart was made to be poured out to people. That changed everything for me, Dr. Loren. That changed everything, because from I was a little girl, I wanted to be Oprah Winfrey. I wanted to have my own TV show. I wanted to have my own talk show. I love talking. I'm loud, and that's who I am, and that's how God made me. And, all my life I've been told, you're too loud. Why are you so loud? Why are you so loud? Quiet down. Go sit someplace. And I spent too many years hiding in the corner. I spent 2 years dimming my light. And I said, I'm not doing it anymore. And not only am I going to shine bright, but I'm going to take a lot of people with me, that it's time for us to come out of the shadows and to shine. And we call that the shine effect, because when I shine, then it lights a path for someone else. It gives them permission to shine. And then guess what?
Okay, now you're getting ready to get sued by Andrew Namani for using his show name without his permission.
What is his show name? I don't even know who he is.
Permission to shine. Well, you need to, girl. Yes, Andrew Namani. Say what? That's my boy. Okay, so here we go. Go ahead. Did you want to wrap that?
No, I'm just saying the shine effect is that's what we call the shine effect.
Nah, that ain't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that person.
Her name is
let me just tell y'all this. Andrea's show comes up after this. She forget it's coming up after this. So that's the thing when you have show hosts. I'm the same way. That's why nobody invites me on their show. I'm trying to do better. I'm trying.
I want you to come on my show, Dr. Loren. I invite you on my show.
You will?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Remember you said that. I'm gonna hold you to it. So who was this person again?
Her name is Mariana Gordon.
Mariana. Okay, find your Mariana Gordon, or go back in the flip chart, the index cards of your life, and start now looking for that person. Drop the name of that person in the comments, because you are putting it out there. They don't have to hear it, but you are acknowledging that they did something that changed your life. Put their name, speak their name, put it in the comments. Let's go down to Corey. Corey, who is that person for you?
Interesting thing about this quote. It said it was an Albert Schweitzer quote.
He's got so many. Yes.
That was the elementary school that my little sister went to. And had I known this whole time this guy had all these wise quotes, I would have paid a little more attention to it, I guess.
Me too.
But I'm going to kind of steal Don's thing a little bit here and say that the person who did that for me was me. I mean, for the longest amount of time, I wouldn't put myself out there a lot of times. I wouldn't be very vulnerable. I wouldn't talk about what's going on in my life. And I try to think about like who I was pre the podcast and pre like sharing everything like about me and like becoming who I am instead of like kind of the same thing as Andrea said. Let's kind of like dimming my shine a little bit, kind of like turning my personality down in order to cater to people who are insecure with their own shine,
Right.
So I kind of it's the growth. I give it to the growth. I give it to the evolving. As far as like, if I had to give a person and say this is it, I'm gonna say Dr. Eric Zager, based out of University of Pennsylvania. He was a neurosurgeon that saved me when I had that craniotomy done back in 2011. Like when that all happened, just somebody else, because the person you are when you walk through the fire is a way different, stronger, very like tougher and more determined person than the person who you were before it.
Got that right. Corey, thank you for that. Emily, did I ask you this already? Did you answer this already? So, okay, my turn. So I'll tell you, I talk about this woman all the time from the stage, and she has passed, but her name was Anne Karan. When I met her, she was Anne Hasselbaum, but she got married. She was my first social worker when I entered foster care. And Anne saved my life probably, 6 or 7 times after I was separated from her being my social worker that she never knew about. But I found her when she was in her 50s, right after I found my birth mother. And the interesting part was, when I met her, she was 3 weeks out of college as a social worker. I was one of her first kids. And then when I found her the second time, she had been retired for 3 weeks. So it was very interesting bookends about the timing. But what I love and how she changed my life, I remember the very first day she dropped me off, and she could sense there was something weird about that house. And she said to me, she got down and they had gravel in the driveway. I'll never forget it. That, those rocks, those pointy white ones, right? And she got down on one knee and she had a skirt on, and she looked me in the eye. She held both my hands. She goes, listen to me. I want to make a deal with you. Whenever I drop you off, whenever I come to visit you anywhere, I want you to always be a gentleman and walk me to my car. As we walk, if anything is wrong, if something does not feel right, if anything is hurting you in that place, don't say a word. Just squeeze my hand 2 times, not once, not 3. Squeeze my hand 2 times, and I give you my word. I will be there to pick you up before the sun sets. She did that 4 times while I was in her care. But what she didn't know until I saw her years later is that she did it probably, I don't know, 20 or 30 times when she didn't even know she was doing it, because I could feel myself squeezing her hand, and I knew God would send something to save me before the sun went down. And he did it every single time. So I thank her for showing me that there is a language that has no words. That is how I learned the power of prayer. So I thank you, Anne Karan, wherever you are. I thank you, Anne Hasselbaum, wherever you are. So there's that. Let's go to our second quote. This one right here. Gratitude. I love this one. It's short and sweet. Gratitude helps us to see what is there instead of what isn't. Anybody want to chime in on that? What does that evoke when you read that, when you hear that? Gratitude reminds us of what is there. Anybody?
I'll jump.
Go ahead,
Hey,
Don.
listen, I think sometimes it's hard to find gratitude. And I think that for a lot of people right now, they're in a season of struggle. And one of the things that this group has already done that I think is so beautiful is when you're in a season of struggle, survival is something to be grateful for. Subsisting is something to be grateful for. Finding your way to a place of solace, even if it's not excelling, even if it's not where you want to be, being content with where you're at, with still having ambition and encouragement and light for the growth is a contented place to be. And so I got in the habit of at the end of the day, as I start to slow down, I try to think of things that I'm grateful for. And I'll tell you, it's easier to end a hard day feeling like, well, I don't have anything to be grateful for. That just straight sucked. Like that wasn't a good day. But if you sit there and you force yourself to find 1, 2, or even 3 things, it will change your entire mindset. And so that's what I think of when I see that is you got to look for the not so obvious things, and it will change your mindset. You will find the things to be grateful for.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Don. Anyone else? Is Andrea muted?
Sorry. I'd like to chime in on that. Just yesterday, Gordon and I were talking about this. This has been a really rough year for us. And so many things have just been hitting us one after the other. And it's almost like you feel like, how can I carry this burden? And, we have to be reminded that we're not carrying the burden, right? God carries our burden for us. However, we can get into a place where we just get stuck on just focusing on all of our problems, just focusing on it. And that just makes you feel worse, right? And so what we've chosen to do, and it took time for me to get to this place, because I would wake up in the middle of the night. Don, I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but like I would wake up in the middle of the night sometimes, and I would just, my thoughts would be racing, and I would literally have to take a moment and breathe, and then I would start thinking about all the things that I was grateful for. And when I did that, it totally took my mind off of racing. Like it wasn't racing anymore. It totally took my mind and my heart. It allowed me to pivot in a sense where I wasn't focused on the things that were just piling up on my shoulders, and, oh, this bill is due and I have to do this and I got to do that. And, and it allowed me to just be grateful for life itself. So that quote, gratitude helps us to see what is there instead of what isn't. I think if we focus on the things that we're grateful for, we will be in a better place.
Yes.
Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, even physically. When you think of what you're grateful for, your shoulders go back, your chin goes up, right? And it takes some work to get there, but I think that that's part of the reason why I had to face a lot of the things that I faced this year alone, is to get me to a place where I can say, you know what, my joy is non-negotiable. Yes. And every day I'm going to make a conscious effort and be intentional about speaking the things that I'm grateful for.
That's what we all need to do better on. Seriously, thank you for that, Andrea. Jan says, I think about all the things that God has brought me through, and that helps me be grateful and focus. That is a powerful statement. Grateful does help you to focus. It really does. Just like the meme said, it reminds us of what is and not focusing on what isn't. So, anybody else? Emily, Corey, anything on that? We're getting close on time.
I don't talk a lot about it on a lot when I'm a guest on other people's show. I don't talk too much unless I'm asked too much about it. But like, think about professional wrestling, right? I'm a huge pro wrestling fan, as well as, I've been a pro wrestler. And I was actually thinking about it earlier when you were talking about squeezing the hand of the caseworker.
Yes.
In pro wrestling, when we call that squeezing the hand, we do that for each other in the ring. That's like how we communicate. And in wrestling, we call that giving the office, or we also sometimes call it an Iggy. So I don't know if you can use that in any way for your own self, but you got the Iggy. The Iggy, I guess that means signal. I don't know.
Right. And the thing I love about it is that it's a powerful, that communication doesn't require words all the time. Right. And that's what some of us forget. Oh, Sonny Von Cleveland. When did the aliens bring him back? I heard he was still missing. I'm kidding. Hi, Sonny, and congratulations on your certifications. The two of them. Yes, I told you I keep my eye on you, and I saw that yesterday. There you go. Go ahead, finish up, Corey.
Good dude. Oh, so that also makes me go back to thinking about like when I first became a pro wrestling fan. This is probably like mid '90s. And if you look back in the history books of professional wrestling, from like 97 to around 2001 in wrestling, that era of wrestling was called the Attitude Era. And that was like WWF had the Attitude. You remember like Stone Cold Steve Austin, the Middle Fingers, the Degeneration X, the Suck It, and all that. They called that the Attitude Era. When pro wrestling became like having an attitude problem.
Don't whoop him.
but I then now I started calling for my life. I started calling this time the gratitude era for me.
There you go.
Go to place off of the attitude era. It's the gratitude era for me, right? And how I'm living these days, and how I'm trying to inspire. So if I say anything that like anyone can hear and go, oh, that's great. Use it.
There you go.
Credit me if you want to, but if you don't, whatever. Like at least you have it now.
Before we get out of here, I wanted to show you guys, just to throw them on the screen, just to read them. We don't have to comment on them, but it's better to be over-prepared than under-prepared or ill-prepared. So here we go. Here's another one that the team picked out. Gratitude is the ability to experience life as a gift. It liberates us from the prison of self-preoccupation. That is one to think about. It's a deep one. Not everybody will embrace it, but that's usually the person who needs it the most. So, and the last one, living in a state of gratitude is the gateway to grace. One of my favorite words, you know, extending grace. That's why when you're late on a bill, they say, well, there's a grace period, you know. And I just want to say something, you know, even those things, as we are prepared to get out of here, you know, this holiday season is a time where so many of us in the world struggle for various reasons. We're depressed because of the people who are no longer here, the empty chairs around our tables. And so that sort of thing, I want to just impress upon all of you. Don't just call people and say you miss them and you love them during the holidays. Don't just, you know, make that special dish or bring out those special dishes just that one day of the year. Make every day you are alive a special occasion. Do that. And I remember as we get out of here, one of the things, this is a kudos to my birth mother, Lucille, who she and I, oh my goodness. And she said to me in the first 10 minutes that I met her, wow. She said, son, you're going to hear a lot of things now that you're back in my life. There are people who thought you were dead and most likely wish you still were. And it's going to hurt. But don't you dare get depressed over it. She goes, if you ever find yourself becoming depressed, I want you to sit in a chair in one spot. It doesn't matter where. Just sit down wherever you are and start looking around and start naming all the things you see that you are grateful for. The leaves, the sky, the birds, the wall, the floor, the roof over your head. By the time you finish naming all those things, I guarantee you, you'll be on your way inside the very next day, because that day will be over. Do that, and you will live a long, healthy, and happy life. So I thank you, Mom, for that. And I thank all of you. I wish all of you the happiest, most gratitude-filled Thanksgiving holiday ever. And I hope to see all of you back here on one of our episodes coming up, not just next month, but all year. Thank you all. Andrea, Emily, Don, Corey, and of course, all of you. Thank you so much for all that you do to make our lives and our worlds better places. We're going to drop the links to each of these wonderful people inside the comment section immediately at the conclusion of today's show. Thank you for being your best. Now get out of here. Get out and find one E and one R. Take everything you already are to a new level. Great to greater, bright to brighter, strong to stronger, nice to nicer. And don't you dare let my screen door slam on the way out. And remember, Dr. Loren tells you every day that I love, love, love you. And there ain't a damn thing you can do about it. Have the best day ever. We'll see you soon. So long, everybody. Thank you, experts. Great job. Bye-bye, all.
Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you mine. I'll show you mine. Oh, I'm standing right here holding up a sign, shamelessly displaying my state of mind. But you
From right to left,